A winding gravel road stretches through fields kissed by morning mist. And at the end of it, a modest wooden house nestled between wild oak trees and a sparkling creek, where Jennifer Garner, once the fierce Sydney Bristow of Alias, now plants tomatoes and bakes muffins from scratch. How did a Hollywood icon end up here? Let's find out, as we step inside her world of peace, purpose, and quiet luxury. Before she was America's sweetheart, before red carpets and Emmy nods, Jennifer Garner was just a curious girl growing up in a house without makeup, mirrors, or noise. Born in Houston, Texas, and raised in Charleston, West Virginia, her childhood was quiet but firm. Her father, an engineer, taught her logic. Her mother, a college English teacher, taught her language. But neither quite explained the longing she felt, the ache for something beyond. She was the middle child, always trying to stand out, always finding herself in someone else's shadow. Her family didn't do showbiz. They did church, curfews, and community. Sundays were for hymns. Summers were for Bible camp. Earrings? Off limits. Nail polish? Absolutely not. But here's the twist. Jennifer didn't rebel. She absorbed. She studied. She waited. Until one day, at Denison University in Ohio, she walked into a chemistry class and walked right back out, swapping molecules for monologues, equations for expression. Why? Because storytelling made her feel seen. And for the first time, she wasn't just the quiet girl from Charleston. She was someone else entirely. Or maybe finally herself. She dove headfirst into theater, not as a star, but as a stagehand. She sold tickets, mopped floors, hammered sets, and every summer she packed her bags and hit the road to work in summer stock theaters. Timberlake, the Barn, the Georgia Shakespeare Festival. It wasn't glamorous, but it was hers. By 1995, she took a leap of faith and moved to New York City with a suitcase, a dream, and just $150 a week from a role as a stand-in. Her first screen role? A blink and you'll miss it part as Melissa Gilbert's daughter in Zoya. Small, quiet, but a start. From there, the pace quickened. TV movies, guest spots, supporting roles in indie films. Garner wasn't famous yet, but casting directors began whispering her name. She moved to Los Angeles in 1997, and within a year, she was cast in Felicity by none other than J.J. Abrams. That connection would soon change everything. Then came Alias, and with it, a woman in a red wig who kicked, punched, and stole the spotlight with grace. Sydney Bristow wasn't just a spy. She was a revelation. Viewers couldn't look away. Critics raved. Garner's pay soared from $40,000 to $150,000 per episode. And suddenly, the shy girl who once wasn't allowed to wear lip gloss was now doing stunts in stilettos on national TV. But Jennifer didn't stop there. She leapt into film, and Hollywood leapt with her. Catch Me If You Can with Leonardo DiCaprio, Daredevil with Ben Affleck, and then 13. Going on 30, the rom-com that turned her from respected actress to beloved star. Who could forget that moment? Jennifer twirling in that pink dress, eyes wide with childlike wonder, reminding all of us what it felt like to dream big, to dance like no one's watching, and to love without armor. Her success wasn't just about talent. It was about timing, heart, and a certain kind of glow. That rare light that feels warm, not blinding. And yet, something shifted. Despite the applause, the offers, the global fame, Jennifer began to crave simplicity. Not in the way that celebrities say it, but in the way that people live it. She longed for space, for dirt roads, for wooden porches and fresh eggs and silence between the trees. So, she built something away from the noise. A 320-acre retreat in Locust Grove, Oklahoma, far from cameras, close to the soil. Because sometimes, to truly shine, you have to plant your roots where no one's looking. And speaking of roots, let's take a walk down that gravel path, straight into the soul of Jennifer's hidden paradise. Farm in Oklahoma. How does a woman who's graced the Met Gala red carpet, led action thrillers, and been the face of global brands end up barefoot in a garden in rural Oklahoma? It's not a movie plot. It's Jennifer Garner's real life. And it begins the moment you turn off the main road onto a narrow gravel path that winds through wild fields and under open sky. The kind of road that slows your breath, makes you roll down the window, and just listen. Tucked into over 320 acres of untouched land, Jennifer's Oklahoma farm is a masterpiece of quiet luxury. Not loud, not flashy, but deeply intentional. Here, the Hollywood glam is replaced by rustling leaves, singing birds, and the gentle ripple of Spring Creek weaving through the property. At the heart of it all sits her home, a 2,900-square-foot sanctuary wrapped in warm timber, river stone, and floor-to-ceiling glass. Not a mansion, a retreat, a place where every line, every color, every breeze through an open window has purpose. The house doesn't impose itself on the land. It belongs to it. The exterior is a muted symphony of gray shingles and brown cedar planks, blending seamlessly with the landscape. A wide front porch, the kind you only find in the heartland, stretches across the facade. Wooden rocking chairs, a pair of muddy boots, maybe even a bowl of apples left out from the morning's harvest. As you step inside, the house opens into an expansive living space, bathed in natural light. There's no need for chandeliers when the sun pours in through glass walls facing the lake and woods beyond. The ceiling rises high above the living room, drawing the eye to a grand stone fireplace, the kind that anchors a home, both literally and emotionally. Two ivory sofas face one another across a woven native rug, and a reading chair sits by the window, perhaps where Jennifer sips tea in the early morning, watching the mist lift off the water. The kitchen, just steps away, tells its own story. Not flashy, but functional and filled with heart. Dark wood cabinets, sleek granite countertops, and stainless steel appliances make the space feel polished. But it's the little things. The breakfast stools tucked under the island, the mason jars on the open shelves, the smell of banana bread in the air. That give it soul. It's easy to imagine her here in flannel and jeans, hair tied up, prepping school lunches or kneading dough with her kids. This isn't a celebrity set piece. It's a lived-in space where memories grow like herbs on the windowsill. Down the hall, the master bedroom becomes a private escape within the escape. Sliding glass doors open to a stone patio, offering a panoramic view of the lake. The room is soft, pale linens, woven throws, the scent of lavender. You almost expect her to walk in at any moment, barefoot, book in hand. The master bathroom continues the theme. Light stone, wide windows, a deep soaking tub positioned just right to gaze out into the trees. Nothing feels cold or sterile. Every surface whispers comfort. Two guest bedrooms lie at the other end of the house, each one cozy, simple, and turned toward nature. No city skyline, no paparazzi. Just rolling meadows and pine groves as far as the eye can see. Outside, the back porch becomes a second living room, a rustic dining table for 10, a built-in grill, string lights overhead, and the soft sound of water lapping nearby. It's a space made for connection, for dinners under the stars and marshmallow roasts on chilly nights. Step off the porch, and the land opens like a dream. There's a sprawling lawn leading down to Spring Creek. A barn sits off to the right, built for horses or hay, or maybe even just the joy of keeping something alive. A two-car garage near the entrance houses her favorite everyday rides. And beyond that, winding trails, secret gardens, a dock that reaches over the lake, perfect for reading, fishing, or simply being. But here's what makes this place so much more than just a pretty property. It's not curated for Instagram. It's cultivated for healing. After years of red carpets, heartbreaks, and public scrutiny, Jennifer chose this space for what it didn't demand of her. No spotlight, no scripts, no makeup, just land, love, and the quiet rhythm of nature. This is where she walks barefoot at dawn, where her kids chase fireflies, where she plants sunflowers and picks fresh basil for dinner. Where she's not Jennifer Garner, movie star, just Jen, the woman who loves the land. And maybe that's the real story here. Not that she owns a $5 million ranch in Oklahoma, but that in a world where most stars build higher fences, Jennifer Garner opened the gate and came home to herself. And just like the home, her car collection reveals another side of her, polished, practical, and always moving with grace. Let's step into the driver's seat next. Cars. You can tell a lot about a person by the way they drive, not just what they drive. And in Jennifer Garner's case, her car collection speaks volumes. It doesn't scream, it hums, it doesn't flaunt, it functions. Every vehicle she owns reflects a life lived in motion, gracefully, purposefully, and always with someone else's comfort in mind. Let's start with the Lexus LS500, her luxury sedan of choice. Smooth as silk and quiet as morning fog, this flagship from Lexus offers a 3.5-liter twin-turbo V6 engine with 416 horsepower. But that's not why she drives it. Jennifer isn't chasing speed, she's chasing peace. The LS500 is the kind of car you'd take on a solo drive through country backroads, windows down, soft music playing, maybe after dropping the kids off at school. Sophisticated, but never showy, just like her. Then there's the BMW M8, a surprising entry in her garage. Sleek, powerful, and designed to fly. With a 4.4-liter V8 engine pushing out 617 horsepower, it's the kind of machine that begs for open roads. Maybe it reminds her of her Alias days, all adrenaline and precision. Maybe it's a gift to herself, a reminder that she can be gentle and fierce. It's not the car of a starlet. It's the car of a woman who knows her worth. For family duty, Jennifer turns to her Mercedes-Benz GLS, the SUV that does it all. Roomy, reliable, and refined, this full-size luxury SUV fits 3 kids, 2 dogs, and a week's worth of groceries without breaking a sweat. It's what she uses for soccer games, charity drives, weekend trips. The GLS isn't about glamour, it's about grounding. And Jennifer? She's always been about both. Then there's the Subaru Ascent, proof that even A-listers can be practical. Subaru doesn't sparkle. It works. It's all-wheel drive, family-focused, and built for the kind of life where coffee spills and dogs shed. Maybe that's the charm. Maybe, in a world of red carpets, Jennifer Garner still wants to feel like your neighbor next door. Of course, she also owns a Range Rover and a Land Rover LR4. Classic choices for anyone who divides their time between city errands and countryside mud. These cars don't just climb hills, they cross worlds. Whether it's a charity visit to a remote school or a quiet Sunday hike with her kids, the Land Rovers get her there, comfortably, reliably, and with a bit of rugged elegance. And let's not forget the BMW i7, a nod to her evolving values. All electric, ultra-modern, silent, and sustainable. The i7 isn't just transportation, it's a message. Luxury and eco-consciousness can, and should, coexist. It's the car of a woman who grows her own food and still believes in driving something beautiful. Altogether, her garage tells a story far deeper than chrome and engines. These aren't trophies, they're tools. Each car is a companion in a different chapter of her life, from early morning school runs to solo escapes through Oklahoma's golden fields. None of them are loud, but all of them say something. And perhaps that's Jennifer Garner's true luxury, living life at the speed of intention. She doesn't flaunt it. She never needed to. But behind Jennifer Garner's soft voice, warm smile, and barefoot gardening is a net worth of $80 million, built not on scandal, but on stamina. She doesn't chase headlines. She chases meaning. And perhaps that's the greatest measure of her success. Not the millions in the bank, but the millions of hearts she's won by simply being herself. And while she's built a fortune that many would envy, Jennifer has always known that the greatest return on investment comes not from wealth, but from giving it away. Let's turn to the part of her life where her heart speaks the loudest: her philanthropy. Philanthropy. It didn't start with a press release. It started with a feeling, a tug in her chest that fame wasn't enough. Not if she couldn't use it to lift others up. And so, quietly but powerfully, Jennifer Garner began her second act. Not as a leading lady on screen, but as a champion for children off it. Her most visible and enduring work has been with Save the Children, where she served as both ambassador and board member. But this wasn't a ceremonial title. Jennifer got her hands dirty, literally, volunteering in rural schools, lobbying in Washington, and helping revitalize education in some of America's most overlooked communities. She traveled to dusty towns and forgotten counties, places the cameras never follow, where children go to bed hungry and classrooms sit crumbling. And she showed up. Not in heels, not in designer gowns, but in jeans, sneakers, and a heart wide open. Because that's who she is. But her compassion didn't stop there. In 2017, Jennifer co-founded Once Upon a Farm, not just as a business, but as a mission. Its goal? To bring organic, affordable baby food to families who often had no access to it. Through this venture, she partnered again with Save the Children, launching a program that delivered thousands of fresh, nutritious meals directly to children in need. And then came a new challenge. 67 Strong for Kids, a campaign as personal as it was powerful. For 67 days straight, Jennifer walked or ran a mile each day, raising awareness for child malnutrition and early childhood education. It wasn't for a movie. It wasn't for applause. It was for kids. Invisible to most, unforgettable to her. She's also taken part in what she calls random acts of kindness, assembling care kits for the homeless with socks, toiletries, small bills, and handwritten notes. No cameras, no fanfare. Just Jennifer, handing dignity to someone society has ignored. One particularly touching moment came when she rolled up her sleeves in Alpaugh, California, joining Walmart staff and Save the Children volunteers to restore a local school's playground. She wasn't there for a photo op. She was there because she believed those children deserved to play. And maybe that's the secret to her philanthropy. It doesn't feel like charity. It feels like love in motion. Every step she takes, every dollar, every meal, every school she visits, is a reminder that kindness isn't seasonal. It's a way of life. Jennifer Garner isn't just donating money. She's showing up. She's doing the work. And in a world that often rewards noise, her silence is her signature. But who is Jennifer when the cameras turn off? When the spotlight fades and the only thing left is the sound of her boots on the wooden floor of her farmhouse? Let's step into her most sacred space. Personal life. She's been called America's sweetheart. But the truth behind Jennifer Garner's personal life isn't all sweet. It's real, it's raw, and it's beautifully human. Behind the glow of success is a woman who's loved deeply, hurt quietly, and learned, again and again, how to start over with grace. Her first marriage, to Felicity co-star Scott Foley, ended quietly after just a few years. No scandals, no headlines, just two artists growing apart. She once described it as a young love that simply unraveled with time. Then came Ben Affleck, a love that bloomed on movie sets and culminated in a secret island wedding in Turks and Caicos with only 2 guests. Their chemistry was magnetic. Their family life, from the outside, looked idyllic. 3 children, matching Christmas sweaters, and school pickups that felt more small-town mom than silver screen celebrity. But fame is a double-edged sword. And when their marriage hit the rocks, the world watched. Too closely, too loudly. In 2015, they announced their separation. And what followed wasn't bitterness, but something far rarer: quiet support. Even after the divorce, Jennifer stood by Ben during his battles with alcoholism. She drove him to rehab, shielded their children from the noise, protected what still mattered: family. And she did it all without anger, without drama, because that's who she is. In 2018, she found comfort in a quieter kind of love: businessman John C. Miller, someone outside the Hollywood machine. Their relationship has never been tabloid bait. No red carpet appearances, no oversharing, just private dinners, meaningful conversations, and slow walks under Oklahoma skies. But her truest love? It's motherhood. Jennifer often says her 3 children, Violet, Finn, and Samuel, are her greatest production. She doesn't parade them on social media. She shields them, guides them, walks them to school when she can, bakes with them, laughs with them, listens to them. Her home isn't just a sanctuary from fame. It's a classroom of values: kindness, humility, resilience. Weekends are filled with muddy boots and gardening gloves. Afternoons are for charity projects, baking days, or reading aloud on the back porch. Holidays are handcrafted, not outsourced. And every moment, no matter how small, is a moment lived with presence. She loves long runs on gravel trails, quiet mornings with coffee and a view of the mist on Spring Creek, journaling, planting wildflowers, making dinner from scratch. This isn't an image. It's who she's always been. Jennifer Garner could have chased the spotlight endlessly, but instead, she chose the back roads, where the air is clean, the hands are dirty, and the love is quiet, but true. In a world obsessed with speed, she found strength in slowness. In an industry built on pretending, she dared to be real. In a world that often mistakes noise for importance, Jennifer Garner reminds us that real strength whispers. If her story moved you, from Hollywood glitz to barefoot kindness in the Oklahoma fields, then don't just scroll past. Like, share, and subscribe for more journeys where fame meets heart and luxury learns to breathe.